1,
Shut
2,
down.
3.
Oh!
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm just going to give you guys a little update on what has been going on from my previous video. Before I jump into it though, I just want to tell you guys how overwhelmed I am with all of your really amazing comments of love and support. And honestly, I have not had a chance to respond. There was another video I put on my other channel that got so many responses also, and I haven't had a chance to respond to every one of them, or any of them actually on this one. But I'm seeing them as they come in. I'm still kind of playing catch up with replying and responding to text messages and DMs and all that. But I just want to say that I see them and I so appreciate it. At this point, I don't feel as alone as I did before I shared what was going on with me. I actually had no idea that so many of you have gone through something similar or the exact same thing. And I know for a lot of you there was a loss, and I can't tell you how deeply sorry I am that you guys have experienced that loss. I just, you know, at the same time, I feel like sharing news like this, you realize how big of a support system you can have, not knowing that other women are going through the same thing. And so that was one of my main things when I told my husband that, you know, I think I'm going to share the news over on my channel. I just feel like I'm at a point where I feel comfortable with it. And I think that because I felt so lost and I felt like everything I read ended up just on a negative note, I didn't know if other women were kind of in that same situation where they didn't know what the heck was happening and didn't know where to find that support. That was one of the big reasons why I did share that with you guys, because I felt like, well, at least I can share what I'm experiencing in case someone else is. They know that they're not alone. And now that actually made me realize that I'm not alone in what's happening right now. Again, I just want to thank you guys so much for so much loving and supportive words, and encouraging as well, like mostly encouraging words that you guys have shared with me. So if I haven't had a chance, or if I don't get a chance to respond to all of your messages, just know that I see them and I truly appreciate them. By the time I uploaded that video and it was live and stuff, I actually had 2 more appointments. I had an ultrasound appointment and then just a regular OB visit with my doctor. Right now I can't really say that things are looking more positively than they were last time. I feel like right now we're just kind of in a neutral spot. So at my ultrasound, we did the baby check. Everything looks great. I'm just so happy to say that the baby is growing amazingly. You know, the proportion between the baby sac, the baby, and the hemorrhage is not comparable anymore, just because the baby's growing so well. The baby is definitely taking over and the hemorrhage is looking smaller, although it's not any smaller than it was before. So that's still the concern. It hasn't gone away. It got a smidge smaller, and those were the words from my ultrasound tech. There was not really much of a difference that you could say, hey, you know, like, it's looking good. It looks the same as of right now. I'm still having some bleeding. Some days it's a little bit heavier than other days. I guess it just depends on my activity level. I do notice that if I am more active, I do tend to bleed a little bit more. The good news about it was that when she saw it on the ultrasound, it just looks old. It's old blood, and it's very fibrous or stringy. You can see stringiness. So from what I'm told, that's good. So that right now, that's just the only thing. So then a couple days after, I did have my OB appointment where she went over all of that stuff. We discussed certain other things. I actually had skipped my pelvic exam the first time just because I didn't feel comfortable with everything that's going on. One of the main things that they had told me was to do pelvic rest, which is basically nothing inserted in, no, you know, sexual activities, nothing like that, which is the last thing on my mind anyway. So that was one of the things that they said that to just stay away from anything. So I was a little iffy trying to get my pelvic exam because of what they had said. So this appointment, you know, it came up again, and I was really hesitant just because I don't know why I do this to myself, but at the appointment, I'm actually, you know, I had already told the nurse, I don't think I want to get it. I don't think I want to get it. I want to discuss it with the doctor first. And then, of course, I'm starting to look up, you know, the subchorionic hemorrhage with pelvic exam, or, you know, because they had to do a PAP on me also because I was overdue. So I had all these things, and I read some okay things, but then I read some bad stuff saying that, you know, they had a subchorionic hemorrhage and that they had a pelvic exam, and the next day they had a miscarriage. And so it was just, there's all these things that are still going through my head. But I mean, basically we want to make sure that everything is good in there and nothing is happening where it's going to cause more issues. On top of that, it's probably going to be more uncomfortable, or it's going to get worse the longer I wait. So I said, let's just get it over with. Let's hope that, you know, nothing happens. So the only thing was that it hurts a lot, you guys. If you've had a pelvic exam or if you've had a PAP, it's not the most comfortable thing. My husband was there. I made him go behind the curtains. Although before I had the whole exam, I looked at him and I said, that's it. Dead serious. You're when this is all said and done, like you're doing this because I cannot go through any more of this stuff with the hormones and the birth control, and like, because everything out there just kind of messes with me as a person. So anyways, I did get my pelvic exam, and she did confirm, and I saw there's just a lot of pooling of like old blood in there, and that's what she saw. Everything else looked fine. We did discuss the ultrasound a little bit. We didn't go too much in depth. It was just mostly, you know, what was happening then and the pelvic exam. And so I always try to look at their eyes and their face, their expressions when they tell me something, because I like reading their face and not just their words. My doctor did say that, just, you know, the ultrasound showed that the hematoma was smaller, not considerably smaller, just a tiniest bit, where it didn't really make much of a difference. Although she did say that's still something to be concerned about. We can still move forward planning to have a healthy pregnancy. So that's where we're at. I am trying to avoid everything else that I've read, or like these statistics, although they're not completely gone. All those thoughts, they're still in the back of my mind. I know there are still risks, especially with, like, you know, the IUD situation, with the whole hemorrhage situation. There's still those, how can I say it, like the numbers, or like the statistics that from studies and research and all this, you know, the chances of going into preterm labor, the placental abruption, there's even the whole possibility of like a stillbirth, and all that stuff is in the back of my mind. It worries me, but for the most part, I'm just trying to stay level-headed and enjoy the news now. I still do not feel pregnant. Well, I'm not going to say I do not. My belly's growing. My pants are fitting a little bit tighter. But for being 4 months along, I don't feel like I look, or maybe just me. I don't know. And I'm just really trying to enjoy the planning. I did a baby registry. I just signed up for it. I haven't really done much else other than, you know, I shared the news with my family. But I had actually done that before I shared the news with you guys. So my family is well aware of everything that's going on. And yeah, I'm really just trying to stay very level-headed and not let my own mind, you know, mess with this whole thing. I feel like that first month was just horrendous, and my emotions were all over the place, and I was still worried and scared. And although the thoughts are still there, I'm just trying to really, really enjoy, you know, what's coming. Because I mean, honestly, I only have 5 more months to really embrace this, because I know that, and I know I'm not the only one, that everybody kind of caters to you and worries about you when you're pregnant, but then as soon as that baby is out, I think everybody forgets about mom and, you know, they love on the baby, which is fine, but I feel like I do feel like I should kind of embrace it a little more, where, you know, people are trying to help me or trying to just make sure that I'm good, because I know that once the baby comes, I'm gonna be, you know. So yeah, just trying to stay positive. So I had those 2 appointments, and then my next appointment is not going to be for like 3 weeks, and that's going to be with maternal fetal medicine. That's of course to continue monitoring their hemorrhage, but also because I am advanced maternal age, they just kind of have to keep an eye on that too, to make sure that everything's good. And then I do actually have my first official appointment with my doctor. So right now I've been seeing, like the first couple appointments have been with a doctor, more like is she a midwife? No, she's a doctor. But my next appointment is going to be with the doctor that I chose to deliver the baby, which is the same doctor I chose to deliver Milani. However, she was not on call, and my on-call doctor was not favorable. She was not, I don't know. And my nurse actually ended up delivering Milani, so it was a whole thing. So anyway, yeah, I have my appointment with her, and then I guess after that we'll be scheduling more appointments. So at this point, I really don't know how often I'm going to be seen or how often they're going to monitor it. I'm assuming it might be every week or 2 weeks, but I guess we'll find out on that. On another note, I had mentioned that I shared the news with my family and everything. The only person that we waited a while to tell was my daughter Milani. And if you guys have been following me, there's some of you that have been following me since I shared the news of me being pregnant with her. So she's 3 years old right now. She just started preschool. Our boys got the news when this all started happening, just because they're old enough to know, and they had a right to know what was going on with their mom. So my boys are 14 and then going on 16 here in a couple of weeks. So we shared the news with them. They were well aware. But yeah, we just had to wait for the right timing for Milani, just because, you know, if we said something to her and then, you know, we had a loss, it was probably going to be very confusing. So we waited till, you know, we were on the clear and just told that we can plan on a healthy pregnancy. So we did let Milani know, and then like right when I let social media know, I also shared our gender reveal. I just wanted it to be my husband, myself, my boys, and my girl. And so we just kind of went to the park and we did a gender reveal there. Yeah, that is my update as far as everything that's happening with me right now, how I'm feeling. I guess I didn't really mention how I'm feeling physically, but that's okay. That's maybe for another time. But just so you guys know, like, how I'm progressing. Just to finish this off, I am going to share with you guys the video I took of when we let Milani know, as well as our baby gender reveal. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And I'm going to say goodbye right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys watch till the end. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Well, go ahead and sit down. Since Lani Banani doesn't know, you want to sit down, baby, and you can open your gift? Here, you boys sit down with her. And help her.
Know what it is.
Pull these. Pull it. And now pull this one.
You know what it says? It says Big Sister.
What is that?
The shirt says Big Sister. You're gonna be a big sister.
Oh yeah.
Lani,
Lani, what does that mean if you're a big sister?
you're gonna have a little sibling.
You're gonna be able to have a little baby.
Mommy's pregnant. Mommy has a baby in her belly.
That's the baby, Lani. That picture is the baby.
Do you
in Mommy's
want
tummy.
a little brother?
My little
or a little sister?
You want a little sister?
You want a little sister? You know what that balloon's gonna tell us?
If it's
Gonna
pink,
tell us.
then it's a girl. If it's blue, then it's a boy. So we have to pop it.
Look
And
at
then if it's blue, then it's a boy. If it's pink, then it's a girl.
look at here. That's the baby. Blue, Lonnie? You're gonna have a baby brother. If it's pink, you're gonna have a baby sister. Alright. Do you guys want to pop it?
Where do you guys want to pop it?
No, Here, Lonnie. You want to hold Lonnie? Okay, ready?
Wait, where's the wind coming?
This way.
It's coming.
Flying.
Okay, let's just. Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Lonnie.
Wait.
Here, you guys can flip
Oh.
to the side this way.
This way?
Or just right there, it's fine.
Okay.
Lonnie, are you ready to see it? If it's blue, it's a boy. If it's pink, it's a girl.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh! It's a boy!
It's a boy! It's a boy! You're gonna have a baby brother!
Four boys.
All right, big bros to a little bro. How do you feel?
Little brother. Feel good.
Are you excited it's a boy?
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you don't want another
Now I
little
get
sister?
I gotta teach him how to play football.
These.
No, you didn't want another little sister?
No. Definitely not.
I was so excited if it was pink, it was a girl. If it was blue, it was a boy.
So are you excited you're having a little brother?
Yeah.
Are you gonna wrestle with him?
What about you?
I'm really disappointed.
Yeah,
We're super happy, of course. I'm happy with any healthy baby, but wanted a little boy too. Got 3 boys already, so.
How do you feel?
How do I feel? I feel very happy. My hair is crazy. I feel nervous that I have 4 kids. No. But as long as he's healthy, we're good.